And I think we're live.
Hi, Maeve.
Good morning.
You look so fresh-faced.
I think that's because I'm sitting in front of a window and the light shines in. So it's...
Do you have
but
a
hey,
view?
thank you. Trees and a pond.
Lovely. Lovely.
So it's a lovely view. There's, out of every window here, there's a delicious view. So I'm just saying, see if anybody, nobody's arrived yet. So we may as well just talk among ourselves. Oh, sorry, I spoke too soon. Hello, everybody who's joining us. So I normally do the intro, Frances. Do you want to do the intro?
What? Oh, no, you threw that at me. You're so good at the intro. I don't even think about it. No, I think you should.
So, okay. If you're just joining us for the first time, you're very welcome. All our global audience, our followers are all very welcome. And Vicky has arrived in. Hi, Vicky. We were just reading your question there before we came on live. So we were wondering, were you here? And you are. That's great. Thank you. Michelle, welcome, Michelle. Nice to see you again. So I was trying to get Frances to do the intro for people that haven't seen us before. Both Frances and I are accredited psychotherapists, and we work with Irish Online Counselling, which was established over nearly 11 years ago now, Frances. Isn't that it?
Oh, we're coming up to the 10-year anniversary, aren't we?
This is the 10-year anniversary. When all things went digital, actually, during the pandemic, then I think Irish Counselling Online came really into its fore, and we felt we should do something to support people. So myself, Frances, bravely started coming on live, and we did every day for the first couple of months of lockdown last year.
Yeah.
And what we discovered pretty quickly was that it really wasn't for anybody else that we were supporting, that we were getting great support ourselves by having to show up, by having to have a routine, by meeting each other, because we didn't know each other, Frances.
No, not really. We'd had a few peer supervision meetings, hadn't we?
Yeah, and we still haven't met face to face.
No. Can you believe that?
Okay.
Soon.
And what I love about our, I nearly said show, our I suppose it is a bit of a show, a holy show.
Holy show.
Is that it really has become shaped by our global followers. So I was looking at something there, how difficult it is to have content for regular live feeds. But Jeannie, we never have that problem, because our people like Michelle or Vicky or Lisa, who can't be here today but has left a question, has given us the content. So we've been very lucky. And we have tried to, as openly and as candidly as possible, to talk about mental health and to normalize it, I suppose. And we're learning, and we have learned, that there's a lot of shame around the whole mental health thing. And so I suppose it helps. And it's still there. I mean, we haven't sorted that out, Frances, with our live shows.
Not quite. We'll still try.
Yeah. And even I can't remember what I was going to say, but for that, for people showing up and asking and showing themselves, and for us ourselves, Frances, for taking the courage to show parts of ourselves too, live, online.
Yeah.
So it meets all our shame bits too.
Totally. Actually, what was it? It must be over a year ago, because I think I saw it coming up in the memories. I think, were we talking about shame? And there was some technical issue and you disappeared off the screen. I think.
Yeah.
Was that, I'm trying to remember now. Was it around shame? But my goodness, it was scary. A scary moment for me anyway when you disappeared. You're my anchor in this, you know.
So I did a bit of rambling there, and actually it was one of our it was a group effort that christened our show. I keep using the word show, the Rambling Tangents, because Frances and I have a habit of going on a little ramble. So you're very welcome on this Saturday morning to some more ramblings and tangents from Frances and myself. So is that the intro? Is that enough of an intro? Did I miss anything?
That was a lovely intro, and I have to be honest, you know, we wouldn't have got that intro from me.
But we would have got a perfect intro from you as well. So we maybe we'll put you on the spot another day for the crack.
Not to that standard. Okay, I'm going to have to do some prep for that.
So Geraldine has joined us. Geraldine, long time no see. You're very welcome. Lovely to see you too. She says hello. Oh, Geraldine, since you were here last, I've discovered how to put things up on the screen. So let's see if I can do that. There you go.
It's lovely to see this. Yeah.
And hide. And then Michelle. Where's Michelle's one?
You ladies. Oh.
And that's from Vicky. So I'm getting very high tech here. So have you got the questions there, Frances, or have I have them here? I have them.
Yeah, I have them here as well. Have you?
Yeah, and I can't find them now. Oh yeah, I have them. So Lisa, who isn't here, but she will be watching on catch up, she's put in a question. How do I prepare for discharge from mental health team? I didn't actually get the details of what kind of team that you're being discharged from, Lisa. But I suppose any endings can be tricky.
Yes, yeah. And I suppose a mental health team, and without knowing all the details, my sense is that there's a
disciplinary.
I say the word, thank you. I just totally got stuck there. But all those people that come together to work, you know, so moving away from that kind of setup environment into maybe what might seem like being on her own and having to take charge of her well-being, that might be a scary prospect, you know. But I would love to know more details, you know, if she felt she wanted to share more detail. But yeah, it might be frightening, the transition.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Frances, I haven't actually worked as part of a team for someone. So I suppose being in private practice, it's different than working for the health services. I'm not sure. Have you ever worked as a part of a team?
I have. It tends to be with younger clients, like with adolescents. So yeah, there can be a lot of people. You know, there can be a lot of voices. There can be a lot of opinions. And when somebody's leaving that, I guess, and I suppose I'd be thinking of an adult, when somebody's leaving that, it's about how they are with taking ownership and taking charge of their process or their well-being or their life.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. I can see that Lisa realised that she wouldn't be available to interact in this discussion. So might be something that we could come back to with her if she felt she wanted to do that, because it would be nice to get that back and forth. We could be on totally the wrong tangent.
That's a good idea, but even endings for myself. I remember when I had to leave my therapist before I wanted to. Circumstances were that therapy had to end with this therapist without me wanting to finish therapy.
What was that like?
It was awful. I remember being really emotional and really sad and felt that I was being left out in the cold.
Yeah.
And I was training at the time, so I was very curious about how upset I was to be leaving my therapist. So it gave me a real insight of how strong a relationship can become between clients and the therapist, because here I was as the client having a huge reaction to having to leave my therapist. So I always keep that in my mind when I'm with clients, and be mindful about how the relationship is between us, and that the leaving of it, is their choice, or if we're humanly possible, or that we work up to an ending.
There's something about not being ready or not feeling ready to let go. Yeah. I don't know if that was your experience.
Oh, I was not ready to let go, but I had to. In this scenario, outside circumstances had come to play, and the choice was taken away from me. But at the time, it was awfully emotional, but it's been a great lesson. So it makes me more mindful of my clients.
Yeah.
So we'd often after 6 or 8 weeks re-examine how we're going, and how do you feel therapy is going for you? Is it going in the right direction? And sometimes I'll hear clients going, why, do you think I've had enough? Do I have to stop? Okay. And I remember the place I was going, no. You don't have to stop. It's just a checking in. Is this right for you? Are we on the right track? So
check-ins are so important, aren't they?
So that's what came up for me when I read Lisa's question. My own experience of having to leave a therapist when I wasn't ready.
And then you had to find somebody else.
Yes. Because when you're training, for those that don't know, you actually have to be in therapy yourself, which is great. Yeah. So Lisa, when you're watching this on playback, and we can organize the next time that we're on, that you can join us, because she's working today. So Geraldine has said, sorry, let me put it up on the screen and see what she says. Maybe there's a link person for her with the multidisciplinary team that can really help her. Yeah.
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that it's not, just off you go. That it is a transitioning.
And Michelle says she gets the Maeve that it's nearly like being abandoned when your therapist has to leave you. That's right. But it was a powerful, powerful experience for me, that abandonment or left or having to leave. Awful. And this was in therapy. It wasn't even in I was going to say it's not even in a relationship, but it's in therapy a relationship. It wasn't a love relationship for her. So it just makes me mindful of endings. how important they are.
Mm-hmm.
And without endings, we can't have new beginnings.
No.
So
To
there's
make,
new beginnings for Lisa. Sorry?
make space for something new.
Yeah. Keeping track. So Vicky says, Lisa, if it's work, hang on, I'll put it up on the screen. You know me and my reading, so we can all see it. Do you want to read it out, Frances?
Yeah, so Lisa, if it's work, it will be emotional. Just put it down to experience and remember the good you have done or made. Then say goodbye and just go. That's my experience. You don't have to say goodbye face to face either. I find it helps to just head off into the new.
So thanks, Vicky, for
Oh,
your...
is that so? Maybe I misunderstood completely. Is it a work? Is Lisa coming from the other side of things?
Oh, it says, how do you prepare from discharge from the MH team, mental health team? So maybe it is work. This is why it'd be handy to have Lisa here, isn't it? So if it is a work thing, there's another way of approaching it as opposed to being part of or having a team that's supporting you.
Like how I read it is that she was leaving a mental health team, but that's how I would have read it, not the other way around. Did you freeze on me? Can you hear me? Oh, I don't know whether I'm gone or you're gone. I'm going to leave and try and come back.
Are we back? This is where everybody disappears off the screen. And so hopefully I'm back. If I'm back and anybody can see me, can you let me know? And I'll see if I can get Frances back in again. There's Frances now coming back in. Hello.
WTF?
I don't know what happened there.
No. I was on a ramble, and then all of a sudden you were just looking at me, and then you were just looking at me, and then you were just looking at me, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, is she thinking?
You went
before she speaks.
You went off the screen.
Okay.
And Michelle says, Maeve, come back, or Frances will panic.
Oh, so you went, and I was still there. Totally.
We all went. So Michelle said we're back, and Vicky says, yeah, it's all freezing.
Okay.
And she's got, I have to show this. She's got a little picture of a freezing person.
Oh, goodness.
So how's your panic? Are you all right now, Frances?
I'm grand. Yes, I'm fine now. Now I'm good.
I love the sound of the seagulls in your background.
Oh, you can hear them. Yeah, I can hear them now that you said it, but you know they're constant, so I sometimes don't hear it.
Yeah. Hmm. Do I hear Cian as well? Hi,
he's there. I don't know if he's outside the door. Hello? Are you coming to say hello?
This is live.
Oh,
Oh,
say hello to Maeve. Say hello to Maeve and
hi.
everybody.
Hi. Oh, look at that for a smile.
Say hi.
Thank you. Well, now isn't this a treat? And he's getting little
He
curls.
loves green. Yeah, oh, this way. This way. Clap handies for Maeve. Oh yeah. Clap handies for Maeve. Yay!
So, oh, very clever. Yeah, the best boy. Oh, thanks
He's looking at us, Sammy, though. Hang on. Yeah. Bring the dog
So for
here.
those that haven't been with us over lockdown, this is Frances' first grandchild,
Yeah.
little Cian. So that was very exciting.
You could
Geraldine
hear him.
says,
Oh, goodness. You could hear him outside the door.
yeah. So don't make any bodily sounds, Frances, because I can hear them too. Hang on, I just put up the comments. I'm a bit slow with the text stuff. Oh, yeah. Geraldine says, gorgeous.
He is a dote.
Vicky says, very cute. He is very cute.
Yeah.
And Geraldine says, what a beautiful surprise. And Michelle says, I'm outside with headphones. And she just went, yee!
Yeah. That was a surprise for me. I didn't expect him to be at the door.
Isn't that lovely? Because he was a lockdown baby.
He was, yeah. Yeah. Last August.
So he's nearly going to be 1.
Yeah, he'll be 10 months on the 15th of this month. So, yeah.
My goodness.
Mad.
It's hard to believe that it's a year ago nearly.
Yeah. It's been a lot of time has passed, isn't there?
So we have a question as well from Vicky. Do you want to read that one out, Frances?
Yeah. So how do you make a decision about something, knowing it's the right thing to do? Would it keep jumping into your thoughts? So Vicky's here, isn't she? Yeah. So
She's still with us, Vicky.
She's still with us. So I suppose I'm drawn to the would it keep jumping into your thoughts, and I'm just wondering if she could say a little bit more about that.
She's still here.
I hear that she's made a decision about. So how do you make a decision about something knowing it's the right thing to do? So she's acknowledging it's the right thing to do. But I'm then wondering, is there a bit of uncertainty? Would it keep jumping into your thoughts? That's what I'm wondering about.
Okay. So her decision is a career change.
Okay.
And what is it that's jumping into your thoughts that you shouldn't make it?
Yeah. I'm wondering, is it uncertainty or doubt that's coming in? Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for Vicky to let us know.
But I suppose on that, if it was doubt or uncertainty, would it keep jumping into your thoughts? That I imagine would, because there's the and it's not necessarily a hostile voice, but it's almost like second guessing. Yes, uncertainty. Yeah. So I suppose sorry, go ahead, Maeve.
So the question is, how do you stop that second guessing, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not quite the hostile voice, but it certainly would be getting in the way. Keeps, like it's a strong feeling. The uncertainty. Okay. I'm wondering, has the career change happened, or are you still at the decision making process? Sorry, we're throwing all these questions back at you.
I had to make a decision that took me nearly a year. It took me nearly a year to make, because I didn't actually have to make it in a time frame.
Okay.
And it was around work, and it was around what would I, how would my work look like, by changing location. And because of where I did work, it wasn't going to be suitable really to work in for the coronavirus and ventilation requirements and all of that. But it took me a long time to actually decide to leave where I was and to move to a place, because I think, Vicky, what you were saying about won't leave you alone. It kept coming into my head. Well, what if? But what if I do that?
Okay.
So I don't know.
Thoughts, aren't they?
Yes.
And they can be catastrophic. What if it doesn't work out? Yeah, they're very intrusive. So not hostile, but intrusive.
And the same seems to be with Vicky. Says it hasn't happened yet, but she's decided in a long time, a bit like myself, Vicky.
Mm.
So yeah, intrusive thoughts. That's how it really felt to me. Like, how do you stop these thoughts?
And it's again, I suppose I'd be thinking it's not so much about stopping it. I would really be curious about the uncertainty and what that has to say. And it's funny that I had this came up yesterday with a younger client actually, and it's about not necessarily stopping it or pushing it down, but allowing it a space, and then maybe just becoming a bit more choiceful. This is a term that Brona used to use a lot, choiceful, and I love it because it's kind of not dismissing anything, but not letting it run riot either, so that we actually come to a place where we're really making the right decision or choice for us, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'd go into the uncertainty a little bit, get to know what it is, and then make an informed decision.
I don't know about you, Vicky, but circumstances helped make the decision for me. So technically, I didn't really make it myself. Okay. Hands up.
Yeah. And look at you, there's layers to decision making, aren't there?
Yeah. And getting a new puppy was one of the things that helped me decide to work from home.
Lovely. Yeah. And it might sound a little bit prescriptive, but allowing, if something keeps bugging you, it's looking for a way out or an in, to your attention. So I remember, and this is going back to when I was doing my original training, that there was something going on for me that just wouldn't let me go. And it was almost like, a child tugging on mom or dad, I need your attention. So I had to really listen to it. So when I hear it keeps bugging me,
yeah,
it wants to be listened to.
Yeah. So hope that helps, Vicky. It won't leave me alone, It's like a strong feeling. So the intrusive thought needs a space.
So that it doesn't have to be intrusive anymore.
Yeah. But it is, change is not easy.
No. Goodness, no.
Even the change that we're now having, kind of coming back out from a global pandemic.
Yes.
That's not easy.
No.
And I meet it every day at work with people feeling a bit tentative about going out and meeting people, and feeling isolated. But Vicky's come back going, it's not intrusive, it's happy. Oh, well, we've got the wrong end of the stick here.
It's
All
happy.
together.
Okay.
So it keeps bugging you. It won't leave me alone. It's a strong feeling. So these are happy buggings and happy feelings about making the change. Is that right, Vicky?
So it's not about doubt that she's making the wrong decision. It's happy. It's almost like pushing her to make the decision, maybe.
We'll wait now and see what comes. But you can just see how so many sides from any one scenario. And I know I spend a lot of time with clients clarifying stuff.
Yeah.
But what is it? Is it? What does it feel like? What is it? You know, what is it? What color would you give it? So she says, what did she say now? I know it would be a happy decision. There is little doubts sometimes that puts me off. Okay. And is it the doubts, Vicky, that won't leave you alone? So, and again, this is a lot like therapy for me with clients, is kind of trying to figure it out. Well, which side has more energy? And she says yes. So there's little doubts as opposed to a big doubt.
Okay.
But it's like what Francess was saying, it's good to give them space to tease them out. I'm very visual with my clients because that's how my brain works. I'm visual. So I often talk about teasing things like pulled pork.
Nice.
So you're getting all the sinews pulled out so you can see through them and figure it out, kind of pulled pork.
Now you have me hungry.
I don't know what it looks like in Dublin, but down the west, all the restaurants have the cutest little outdoor pods built. There's wooden ones, there's metal ones, there's tent ones, there's a whole new feature to the west of Ireland now for eating outside. Each one nearly as clever as the next. So I was thinking to myself, does this now mean that Ireland can be an all-weather outside country?
I imagine we could be if we had the weather that's required for that, but that's still very uncertain and unpredictable.
But they all have roofs on them.
Yeah, I know, but would that be enough?
I suppose in the West, the rain has been known to come in sideways.
Yeah. We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah. So I'm actually going on a staycation, Francess.
Oh.
I'm going for 2 nights to Mulranny.
Where is Mulranny?
It is on the way to Achill Island.
Oh, lovely. I'm dying to get over to Achill. And
there's a beautiful walk. It's called the Greenway up through the mountains. So we're going to bring the dog is coming on holidays with us as well.
Well, of course.
So even the B&B is dog friendly.
Good.
So this will be our first holiday since before the pandemic.
Nice. Oh, that's exciting.
It's only 2 nights, but it's a nice way to get into the being out in the big bad world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Breed is with us, and she says she's from Ballycroy. Breed, we were just talking about the national park in Ballycroy and how we'd love to there's a walkway, Frances, made out of wood across the bog in the national park in Ballycroy. So actually, Breed, that's...
Is it high up?
No.
No, okay.
No, it's not through the trees. It's on top of the bog.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that's lovely that if you see me in Ballycroy, Breed, you can give us a wave. I actually had an experience there, Frances, last week from a complete stranger coming up to me and go, "Oh, you're the Facebook lady."
Stop it. Really? Oh, that's lovely.
So that whoever is watching us, make sure you come up and say hi when you see us on the street.
Oh,
It was
nice.
It was lovely. Just a feeling of fame, our fame.
Oh, absolutely.
Bree said she's just arrived and she'll have to watch us from the start. But she lives in London. Well, then you won't really see me in Ballycroy on Tuesday then. But we'll be thinking of you all the way over there in London when we go up and have a look at the national park. So I think that's us I think that's a wrap. We have sufficiently rambled on several tangents. And thank you, Vicky, for helping us. I don't know if we actually came to a conclusion for Vicky. Did we help Vicky?
But, quite often we won't, because it's not prescriptive, but it's a little bit like stirring the pot, asking the questions, checking out things, because maybe more than once today we've got the wrong end of the stick. So it just might stir the pot a little bit for her.
Yeah. And I think it's really important that if you are in therapy and your therapist does get the wrong end of the stick, like we did today, that you tell her or him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because it's all grist for the mill. I remember that.
What does that mean?
I haven't. Is grist something that... Oh, here, this is a total ramble. I haven't a clue, but is it something that gets the mill going? Something?
Grease, oil. Okay, we'll Google that now afterwards. Or if anybody knows what grist for the mill means, let us know.
There, she might know, but I don't think she's there. Is she?
I haven't seen her.
Yeah.
Are you there, Catherine? Can you help us out? Vicky says that we did help her.
Oh, good. Good.
So that's good. Even sometimes just saying something out loud takes it out of the head, gets it to put it somewhere else. Even if it doesn't get resolved, just saying it out loud, putting it out there.
For sure.
Rachel has joined us and she's from New Zealand. Well, wow. See, our global following, Frances.
I'm here today.
Hello in New Zealand. Hope you're all doing well. So they're there. It's tomorrow in New Zealand. They're already in tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. They're in the future.
So they're in the future. They're future friends. So I hope that's helped some people today. And we hope to be back in 2 weeks again. Frances, all going well?
Yeah, perfect. Mm-hmm.
And if you have any more questions, please keep them coming. They really help us, and they can help other people too.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Thank you again, Frances. Nobody's come in with the idea for the grist for the mill.
We'll figure that
one out. Rachel from New Zealand.
Very good.
I'm just showing off my high tech. Vicky saying yes, it helped. And Geraldine says it's always good to stir the pot.
I agree.
Is that the same as?
Sure.
Oh yeah. There's different things you can stir, isn't there, Frances?
Yes.
And Geraldine says that we've helped her too, so that's great. And what she's saying, enjoy Mulranny, Maeve. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So
Take pictures.
a staycation. So it'll be lovely. Hopefully the weather will be kind to us.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, we just get wet. See you soon, Frances. Thanks, everybody. Oh, Geraldine's saying to come to Achill. We actually will be in Achill, Geraldine. We're just using it. We're using Mulranny as a base, and then we're going to be travelling around to Achill and Ballycroy. And Vicky says, see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, see you in 2
Brilliant.
weeks.
And good luck with your decision, which I think you've already made.
I think so.
And Geraldine says, bye-bye, lovely ladies.
Oh.
And Breed says, thank you very much. So on that note.
Bye-bye.
Bye.